All right, what is going on, everybody? Thanks for tuning in. Welcome to Brews and Board Games. Very exciting to be here. Seems like we got 5 people already. I do apologize. Yeah, I'm like a minute or two late. We just changed my daughter, my oldest daughter, to like a bigger kid bed, so no crib anymore. So she's like running around like a wild woman. So she's not staying in the bed. So I might have to change it up, the streams going forward, maybe to 9. I got to talk with my wife a little bit more, but yeah, man, she's just running around constantly. So you guys might hear some yelling in the background. So if you do, I apologize. She's just not tired. She's just not tired. So Jason, what's up, brother? Thanks for joining, man. Really appreciate it. As always, man. How's it going, Jason? How is it going? Nice Tuesday night. Little board game action. Pretty cool. We're going to be playing Conan. First we're gonna read a little bit of story, and then I'm gonna get rid of the picture, and then we're gonna get into the board. I just kind of wanted to do a little bit of get you in the mood a little bit. So I got that. I'm gonna have some sound effects while I read this, so it should be fun. We'll have some fun with this one. I really like this game. Good. Just shuffling some. Tradesman out on the door so I can watch this. Shuffling. Yeah. Tradesman out the door so I can watch this. Cool. Wednesday there. Awesome. Well, yeah, man. Thanks for tuning in, dude. I really appreciate it, as always. Yeah, get them out the door, man. Come on. Get them out the door. It's time for some gaming. That's cool, man. That's cool. As always, thanks for joining, dude. Really appreciate it. Sebastian, my King's Pledge is coming this week, so pumped to try solo myself. Cool, dude. Are you in the States, Sebastian? If you are, I guess I'll first wait to see if you respond. But yeah, dude, King's Pledge is awesome, man. What else? So I'm assuming you went in on the latest Kickstarter, right? The Conquer. So you're getting the new stuff as well, or is it just like a King's Pledge? That's awesome, dude. What we're going to be playing here, the latest Kickstarter, Canada. Okay, yeah, Canadian backers, man, they've been getting their stuff, I know, all throughout, like, the past month or two. That's cool. Supposedly here in the States, the shipment was here, I think. Went all in. Dude, nice. I loaded up as well, dude. I already had the King's Pledge, and I have a few other like add-ons, but I didn't have the 3 big expansions. I got all the new stuff. So yeah, I'm set. I got the dashboards as well. So very exciting. I got a few more add-ons. I didn't get every single thing. There was a few expansions. I was like, maybe not. I'll hold off because the bill was starting to stack up. But that's so cool, man. That's so cool. Yeah, but in the States, dude, I think the shipment was already here for a little while now. I got the address confirmation, but nothing else since then. And I think it was the same for all the U.S. backers that I was seeing on Kickstarter. So what we're actually going to do, I don't believe this was available in the Kickstarter. This, Sebastian, if you didn't know, this has been out for a while. So this, you guys can't see this, but there's a book here. So this is by Modiphius. So Modiphius, they actually wrote, this is some extra Conan material. And what they also have is tiles, a tile set that you can buy as well if you want to play some of the campaign. So they have like a cooperative campaign, They have a solo and cooperative campaign. They the board game campaign. This also includes a role-playing adventure and also chapter for scenario creation if you wanted to get into that as well. Now, for sure, I should also get a Mythic Battles Ragnarok since I already have all the Conan stuff. Yeah, that was a question I had as well about. I know they were designing some solo stuff for Mythic Battles Ragnarok. I went in for a lot with that as well, just because I can't pass up that theme, and I've always heard good things about the game. And plus, obviously, I got the well, I guess not obvious, but I definitely got the Conan crossover stuff because I really like this game. So yeah, but I'm not sure about how much solo they're actually designing for it. I know that Monolith, over the past probably year or two, they really have understood that people want to play their games solo, that not everybody can, play in a group, especially like a one versus many. So they have kind of ramped up their solo design stuff. So hopefully, that being said, hopefully there is a decent amount for Mythic Battles Ragnarok. I'm hoping. So back to this, though. This is what we're going to be doing. So we're going to be doing the Monolith Sourcebook, it's called. So this comes with its own solo campaign. Now, the rules, and out of I forget exactly what the book is called with the latest Kickstarter, but the rules, it's basically the exact same rules. I think they tweaked one thing here or there, but overall it's the same process. You're going to be activating the enemy tiles a certain way, which we'll go over all of that. So this is actually a 9-part campaign, and what's really cool about this is, yeah, no problem, dude. If you have any questions about, I don't know everything, but I've kind of followed closely a little bit. So yeah, if you have any questions, I can try to help out as much as possible. So with this, it's a 9 chapter campaign, but the cool thing is, well, I guess let me back up a little bit. A lot of people have a problem with the amount of stuff that you get for the game, but you don't use all of it. Like all the minis that come in the box, a lot of that stuff you don't really, I shouldn't say a lot. I'm trying to find the right words. But there's some stuff in there, say for example, this mini right here, that if there is a scenario, there's not many, at least from Monolith directly. Some of these minis, they're used in fan-made scenarios, and some of those scenarios are really cool. But what this campaign has allowed you to do is use some of those minis in the campaign, so you're getting to see a lot more of the stuff that you bought and want to use. You're actually getting to use it, so pretty cool. All right, so let's tell you what. Let's hop into it. So you guys should see the ship there on screen. So we're gonna turn this on to get a little bit of background stuff. Let's see if that works. Should be a little ocean sounds. And just let me know if you guys see that, and then we'll get started. And like I said, we're gonna read. Let me know if it's too loud, or if I should turn it down a little bit. So we're gonna read from the book here. From the book. You must not read from the book. If anybody knows that Mummy reference. So this is gonna be the Lost Scrawlings of Skelos. That's the name of the campaign. All right. So this is going to be an unexpected guest. And hopefully you guys can hear this, and the music or sounds are not drowning me out. So it says, startled by an uncanny event, you and your companions gawp at the man standing before you. He's not of your crew, and it is unknown how he could have arrived on your vessel, for no other ships can be seen upon the moonlit waters of the Viliet Sea. The stranger's eyes beam from the darkness of a deep hood. They are the eyes of the hunted, eyes nigh on bursting from horrors beheld. Spit flies from his mouth as his words rush out in a torrent. It came from a shadow-haunted tomb. Dark hallways caked in ancient dust and steeped in menace. For a moment he pauses, as if listening to a voice heard only by him, as the sounds of creaking wood and flapping sail fill the silent void. He continues in a whisper. It is a page from the fabled Book of Skelos. Its value is undreamed of. Its power is unfathomable. If... The man pauses again, this time looking over your shoulders to the endless darkened sea. If its words can be deciphered. I know of one who will pay a king's bounty for its secrets. I am Nihilus. I am no one, but my employer is a powerful and wealthy man. The stranger pauses and looks out to the sea. These words. He holds up a brownish page, thicker and fleshier than any parchment you've seen, are written in several languages, lost languages spoken in the tongues of dead and rotten races. If you could find other samples of these languages, I could cobble together a translation so that we might know what is written. Without such knowledge, however, this page is worthless. I am not a man fit for adventure, not any longer. My thews are withered, and my eyes can no longer see all they used to. If you'd prefer a life of scrubbing decks and modest plunder, then cast me back to the sea. But if you'd prefer the riches with which to buy a kingdom of your own, then heed my words and take up this quest. Alright, sounds good, Sebastian. Thanks for joining in, man. Really appreciate it. Alright. Let's crush our enemies. Oh, dude, I forgot the, Gotta get the sword, man. We gotta get the sword. We are ready. We are ready. Alright. So this is the chapter 1. So let's switch this up. I tell you what, we'll read this last opening prompt first. So this is the opening prompt. They've come for the page! Nihilus screams, hobbling below deck. As he disappears, your attention is commanded by massive tendrils that begin looming above the mast. Crashing down with a rubbery thump, the black tentacles begin to writhe, seeking warm flesh. On the bow, a shadowy hulk begins to take form. Hungry yellow eyes pierce the black shade that seems to choke the air around it. Hovering just above this is a winged thing. Its shrill scream pierces the night air as it begins to fly towards you at blinding speed. The time has come to brandish steel. Time to show these monstrosities from the outer dark that all flesh yields to piercing blades, if they be powered by mighty arms. Yeah, dude, thanks. I wanted to do, EM, thanks. I wanted to do some, like, you know, get you into the mood a little bit. So that is the, we'll take this out. Boom. And so here we go. We are here on the ship. We are on the ship. So this is Chapter 1, Demon from the Depths. So, just to go over what we have to do. Our heroes are here. We're going to be playing Conan the Warlord. This is Conan the Warlord. This is his little mini right here. We're going to be playing Angora. This is going to be our rogue. This is Angora right here. Alright. And then we're going to be playing Hadrathis right here. And this is going to be our spellcaster. This is Hadrathis. So we are going to be starting on this ship. Alright. Now we're going to be fighting Thog. This is going to be this guy right here, this big guy. I already kind of showed the mini. This dude is, come on, camera. I guess I don't have the autofocus selected again. Let me just do that quick. There we go. Okay. That should be fixed. So we're going to be fighting Thog here. He's a mean dude. Alright. And he's going to be starting here on the ship. And we're going to be fighting these tentacles as well. So these are Thog's tentacles. And then we're also going to be fighting this outer dark demon, as we can see right here. Come on, baby. The outer dark demon. And he's going to be right here flying right now. Come on, let's focus in. There we go. All right, so we have, and the way this game works is, if you guys don't know, we are going to be controlling the heroes, obviously, and this right here is for the enemies, the Overlord. So what's going to happen is, usually in the game, is these are numbered 1 through 8, okay? Now in a normal game, you're going to have a bunch of these red gems on this spot, and depending on where these tiles fall on this, like say we wanted to activate these tentacles, they're in the 4th column, so we would spend 4 gems, taking it from green to red, all right? But in this, there's no other opponent, so what's going to happen is the solo mode just basically says we're going to put some tokens here, and whichever one we flip up will coordinate, you know, whichever one we activate. So right now we have Thog right here, and Thog's stats is, come on, man. This is a horror, which basically, we can look at some of these. So the horror, it says the exertion limit, and I'm not going to go into every single detail, but the exertion limit, basically, whenever we choose to roll dice, we can only bump that up by 2. That might not make any sense, but without going into too much detail, which might confuse you a little bit more, we'll get into it more as we go. He also has evasive. We're looking at these symbols right here for now. He also has evasive, which says this character can move as if there were no enemy characters in the character's area. Because if there's other enemies in there, you're hindered a little bit. So he also has, put this back over here. He also has 1 movement speed. He has an armor value of 3, so we need to get over 3 to hit him. And he rolls 3 red dice. Now there's yellow, orange, and red by weakest to strongest. So he's going to roll 3 red, which is pretty good. And he can re-roll those red dice. And he's only going to re-roll blanks. So that is Thog. We have the Outer Dark Demon, who's got flying. He also has this, I think we just read that one, right? Yeah, he has evasive as well, so he's not hindered. He has a movement speed of 8, armor of 3, and he's rolling 2 reds, and he can re-roll those. The tentacles, both of these are the same, and what happens is in Conan, they're just color-coded. So we have the blanks here with no bases, as you can see, just these gray ones. And then we have the red border ones, which, as you can see, those red bases as well. We got 2 right here and 2 right here. So they have reach. So reach basically says their melee attack, but they can attack the space adjacent to them. And this constrict, we replace constrict with evasive. So they are not going to be hindered by enemy movement. They have a movement value of 0, and they have, which is replaced as well. Movement value is replaced with a 2. So they have 2 movement. And then they have an attack of 2 orange, but they can re-roll 1 of those. And they're going to be right here. And so ours, the way ours works is this is our how many gems we have to use. So you can see these blue gems right here. So they're going to start on that green space right here. All right. So what happens is we can allocate gems to certain spaces on this board. All right. So say, for example, movement. This 2 just means we have without spending any gems, we can move 2 spaces. But if we want to spend after that, we can spend a gem to move a single space. So then we would just spend a gem here to say we're going to move a 3rd spot after R2. The numbers down here indicate how many dice can be placed in this spot total. So with this 4, we could only do a maximum of 4 gems here. So Thog's thing says we can, if we are in his spot, we can only put 2 in each one of these max. Attack, we have a red die. So same thing, if we are going to attack, we can do this. So we would roll 2 red dice against the enemy, and we could put a max of 6 in there. Ranged attack, roll an orange die, 4 max. Manipulation, which is like opening chests, throwing items to other characters and stuff like that. That is, Conan has a orange die, and he has a max of 3. Our shield, which is used to defend, we could just spend a gem. It is unlimited, and we would roll an orange die. And this is for rerolls, and which is unlimited. So we can put as many gems here if we don't like the rolls that we get. Now, we have our encumbrance here, which basically we have certain abilities, but if we are carrying too much stuff, say for example, we have this dagger here, you can see it has a value of 1, that goes towards our encumbrance. So if we ever have enough items that hit 6, we lose swimming. Not really that important, right? 7, 8, 9, and we always have this ability, and then plus, if we were to ever get 9, we subtract 1 from this 2 value, just hindering our movement a little bit. So that is Conan, and then what happens is after you spend all your gems, it would go back into this fatigue spot, and at the start of the round, we have 2 spots right here, over here on this side, active or passive. So if we were to select active, and we would put it over here, we would only get 2 gems back from the fatigue to our reserve again. And then passive, which we can only block, we would get 5 back. All right. This spot is for wounds. If you ever get hit, you actually just take the gems from your fatigue or from this area and move them to your wounds. And you can't get those back unless some form of healing. And healing right now, we're really not going to have any healing. So that's Conan. We're not going to get into everybody specific, but Conan is kind of like our warrior. This is kind of like a rogue. And so we're rolling an orange die instead of Conan's red. We got 5. 5 for range, and this. Usually with rogues, they have a little bit better manipulation, like lock picking and stuff like that. He's got a starting movement value of 3, which is pretty nice. And he also starts with 11. And then Hadrathis, our spellcaster, he kind of sucks with the attacking, as we can see here. So he's only rolling a yellow, and his range is a yellow as well. Manipulation isn't that good either. But he's going to start with some spells, which we're going to go over. So Conan's starting weapon is Conan's sword. So in addition to putting a gem here to roll a red, we would also use his sword to roll an orange. So if we only spent 1 gem, we would roll this right here. If we spent more gems, if we spent 3 in 1 attack, we could roll all of these. All right, but we don't have to do that. What you can also do is like, okay, I'm going to do 1 attack, red and a orange. So we would roll this. Maybe we hit the guy, we kill the enemy. Maybe we don't. We want to do this, so we roll this again. All right. So you can do things like that. So he has Conan's sword. He can also block with this to help block. So he's rolling an orange. And we could also throw this weapon if we want to. But what this hand means is if we throw it, it would go to the spot. So it's not like a weapon where we can keep reusing it like a bow and arrow. Angora has a dagger and throwing knives. not that good using the yellows. This adds a yellow to a melee attack. We can throw this and it goes away, but this is unlimited. So we can use this as many times range. So that's pretty good. Hadrathas here has Mitra's Staff, and this is going to help us with defense. We can roll this yellow die to help us with defense, but you can also see we can re-roll this yellow die. And then he also starts with a dagger. He is also going to start with 2 spells. We have Set's Halo, so we would spend 2 gems, put them on this card. 2 Max, which is indicated by this red number. And it says your armor value is increased by 1. This effect ends when you change form from cautious to aggressive, or when your group is activated. And then we also start with Bori's Rage. We need 2 here as well. And then it says attack a character in your line of sight, roll 2 orange. If the attack power is greater than the defense power, the defender suffers damage equal to the attack, which is normal. Okay, so that is the basics, all right? So let's put these dice back over here. Now, we also have chests that we can find. I did not get the chests out. Crap. Where's my thing? Here it is. Actually, I don't think the chests were in here. Where are they? I felt like I was missing something. And of course it was the chest. Let's do... This might be a little bit easier for you guys to see. I guess we can do that. So these are like little... As you can see here, they're like little chests. But I have the 3D ones, but it's alright. It's alright. So we'll put those there. There's one here. And that way you guys... Yeah, can probably see those a little bit better. And then there's one here. So there's 4 chests. And to open these, we just need to be in the spot and we need to do a simple activation or manipulation. So we would just put 1 gem in the hand spot, where normally chests in the main game, you would put a gem here and you would roll dice and you have to get at least 2 hits in order to open the chest. But for the solo campaign, it says just put a gem there, and it's a simple manipulation. Instead of that usual opening the chest is a complex manipulation. So our items that we can find is the Zingaran Bow, which this is going to help with range a little bit. We can re-roll. It's got 1 encumbrance. We can find Leather Armor, which is going to add a yellow die. We can find a Chris, which, I mean, it's a little bit better than what they have for melee because you can re-roll that yellow, but then you can also throw it there as well. But also we can find a spell book, and the spell book is going to contain these 3 spells. We got Eagle Eye. Choose a character in your line of sight. That character gains Precision Shot until the end of your turn. And what Precision Shot is, it's if you're using a ranged attack, they get -1 on their armor value. We got Barrier of the Winds. Choose a character in your line of sight. That character cannot be attacked with range attacks until your next turn. So that's pretty good, but that's not going to help in this scenario. And then we also have Withering. So Withering, attack a character in your line of sight, roll a yellow die. You can re-roll it. That character cannot defend against this attack and suffers damage equal to the attack power. Which sounds nice, but yellows really aren't that good. So let's put those spells over here. We'll shuffle these. And the cool thing about the campaign is, if you find these items and you get them, you get to keep them. So any items that we find and the spell book, when we find it, Hadrathas gets it. The other characters cannot use these kinds of spells, indicated by his little purple symbol here. He is a spellcaster. But the campaign looks pretty cool, man. If you lose, which is basically all of your characters dying, you lose any items that you find, and basically these 3 characters we can no longer use in a campaign. If only one of the characters or 2 of the characters would die, and we still beat, the scenario, we get to reuse these guys, and plus we get to keep the equipment. So it's pretty cool. So shuffle these up. I think that's good. All right, so Hadrathas has 10 gems. I just want to count this. We got 5 there. And we got 10. All right. Now what happens is 4 start in the fatigue. And we got our gem, our red gem to activate, to indicate either passive or active. Angoras has 11. So we do, that's 5, 10, that's 11. So let's move those over. 6, 7, yep. Okay, let's put this here. And then Conan has 11 as well. That's 5. And that is 11. So let's move 4 over. Okay. All right. What else do we need to talk about? So the mission, let's talk about what we need to do. The heroes win the game once Thog and the Outer Dark Demon are killed. So we need to kill these two guys here, Thog and the Outer Dark Demon. The heroes do not need to kill the tentacles to win the scenario, but they can continue the attack. They will continue to attack the heroes until both Thog and the Outer Dark Demon are killed. Okay, so we already did our setup. It's telling you the heroes to suggest. Now, the way that Conan is kind of broken down, at least when they started with the solo play, is there's 3 archetypes, which we kind of already went over. A warrior, a rogue, and a spellcaster. So that's just what it's talking about with the suggested heroes, with the 3 different archetypes. So the event tile, which is the only one we didn't talk about, usually the way that enemies attack is they go after the weakest one because they want to take that character out. But that event signals, it says, when the event is activated, place the hero with the most stamina gems, which are the blue ones, in their reserve in Thog's zone and attack that hero with Thog. So wherever we are on the board, when that event activates, whoever has the most gems in their reserve zone warps to Thog, and he rolls 3 red dice against them. Pretty brutal. If more than one hero has the same number of gems in the reserve zone, choose the one with fewer wounds. So basically, this event wants to attack the strongest hero, whereas every other time they want to attack the weakest. When Thog is killed, flip this tile. So basically, once Thog is dead, this event is removed as well. Special rules. We went over the tentacles a little bit. So substitute the tentacles constriction skill with evasive and replace their movement value 0 with a 2. If due to their reach skill, the tentacles will not need a move to attack a target hero. They will just attack right there. Map notes, heroes may not leave the ship on which they began play. Okay. Thog has 8 wounds. So we're going to use these markers to indicate the health. So this is a little Thog chip here, indicating Thog. So he's at 8. And the Outer Dark Demon has 4. This is the Outer Dark Demon. And we're going to put them here, right like that. The manual in the core game suggests using, if I can grab it, this is kind of like the timer for the game, and you can just place those on like the timer. But I like to just have it right there on the Overlord's tray just to track. It's a little bit easier that way. Outer Dark Demon has 4 wounds, and the asset deck, which we went over, the items, and it has adjustments for a 4th player, and that's basically it. So the rewards for victory, we are awarded 1 victory point per surviving hero. And what happens is over the course of the campaign, you can kind of add up your points to see how well you did. But also, once you complete scenarios 4 and 7, you get special, like boons, they're called. But also, you get to keep your weapons. So you want to, level up each time. Let's see. If the scenario results in a defeat, which is all of our characters are dead, it is assumed other members of the crew take up the quest. Choose new characters, receive no equipment from the scenario, and set your victory points at a -1. All right, so that is Demon from the Depths. And it starts, the heroes, the game starts with the hero's turn. So it's going to be our turn to start. So we'll set this off to the side. And we should be good to go. Is there any questions so far? Anything I didn't touch on? I think think we should be good to go. The cool thing is, if a hero dies, well, so let me talk about this quick. The way that this works is they flip a token, they activate a troop per each hero we have. So when it's their turn, they're going to activate 3 of these. If we have a character die, they're only going to activate 2. So on and so forth. Also, we get a little bit of a bonus if another hero dies. So right now, if we're active, we only get 2 gems moved back. But if a hero dies, we get 3 moved back. And if 2 are dead, we get 4 that move back. So that's pretty cool. That can really help out. Okay, so we are starting here. Okay, so what I'm thinking is, I think we want to get these chests, right? I definitely want to find the bow, and I want to find the spell book for Hadrathis, okay? And plus, we might be able to move to not be hit, like if these tentacles activate, to not get hit at least by every single one. The Outer Dark Demon is definitely going to reach us basically wherever we are on the board. And Thog, we're at least trying to avoid his event as much as possible, because you automatically warp to his spot. If Thog himself activates, he's only going to move 1 spot. So we're trying to actually get Thog's activation and not the event. All right. All right, so it's our turn. I think I'm going to go everybody active. So we're going to move 2 gems back, right? Because we're active. And the way that the game, what's cool about the game is you don't have to say, okay, Conan does all of his activations, and then Angora goes, and then Hadrathis. Conan can move a space, and then I could activate Angora. Conan can move, attack, do whatever, and then I could activate Angora. I could go back to Conan. I can basically do whatever I want until I'm completely done. So it's pretty cool that way. So Conan is better melee, all right? Angora right now has the throwing krises, so he could be used to, and there is line of sight. There is line of sight. All the spaces are in line of sight. Basically how that works is you would just draw a straight line from this little target symbol to the other ones. Basically the only ones, we'll just go, I'm not gonna point out everything right now. So we'll just get into it. And if it comes into play, I'll just talk about it. So I don't think I'm going to come get this chest right away. I think I'm going to try to get these back here. So what I think I'm going to do, and we can't move to this space over to here. It doesn't say that in the solo rules, but in the core game, this is steps leading up to the deck. So it basically says, like, if you were to move to a spot from this space, it has to be this right here. Like, you're coming up the steps. You can't just, like, hop up, 10 stairs to this spot right here. So we're gonna have to like go around if we want to move there. Okay, so let's first, who are we gonna do first? I think we're gonna do, I kind of want to get everybody back there. So let's just move Conan. So Conan has a base movement of 2. So let's get Conan. Let's do 1, 2 right here. Let's spend another gem on the movement to get him here. And let's put 1 in the attack. So they have a defense of 2, so we at least need to roll 3 axes on these dice together. I don't think I want to put 2 gems in there. I want to try to kill him with just these, hopefully if I can. The problem is if I fail, I guess if I fail, I would just spend another gem there anyway. So it's, okay, so we got 2 here and 1 here. So this thing is dead. Okay, that's exactly what I wanted. Do I want to pick up the item? Or do we want to move him and then attack again? Yeah, let's try to clear out this spot for our other guys. So we'll go here. We spend a gem there. Let's spend another gem to attack. Okay, so we did not get him. Let's try to do 1 more attack here. Reroll these. Got a blank on the red. That sucks. Let's spend 1 to reroll this red. All right, so we got him as well. Okay, so I don't think I want to spend too much more on Conan, because the problem is you don't want to spend all of your gems, because then you can't put those in the defense. And plus, if you're only getting 2 gems back from your reserve, That's kind of the game for the heroes and usually the overlord if they're playing with a human. It's that gem management. You gotta be smart about that. So we did that. I think next I'm gonna activate Angora. He's got 3 base movement. 1, 2, 3. We can pay 1 on the simple manipulation to get this chest. And let's see what our first item is. We got the Chris. Okay, I mean it is better than the dagger. And Conan doesn't need it. He's got a better weapon than this. And I'm not really going to be doing much melee attacks with the with Hadrathis. But I really want that bow with Angora. So I think we're going to do 1 here for movement. And let's see what we get. Spend another 1 in the simple manipulation. And what do we got? We got leather armor. Okay, okay. Okay, so we got leather armor. We'll put that there. And I think I'm gonna do now should I do a ranged attack? I could try to do a ranged attack on these guys, because if these guys have a movement of 2, 1, 2, now they can attack adjacent, so they could hit him, but if we come back here, these guys won't be able to get us at least this turn. But these guys still could. 1, 2, and they'd be adjacent. So if we do a range attack, we want to do it on these, planning to move back here, right? So what do I want to do? I guess definitely I'm going to do a movement because of just what I talked about, right? And we could try to pick this up, hopefully get the spell book, right? Let's hold off. Let's do Hadrathis. Let's do 1, 2, spend another movement, get him back here. Let's just have him do a simple manipulation. Pick this up. And spellbook, spellbook. It is the bow. Okay. We are just going to drop this right in the spot. We do not need that. Angora is going to do a simple manipulation to pick this up. All right, so he has the bow now. Okay. Okay. So this is the spell book. Of course. Of course, that's the spell book. Now, what I think we do is let's try to do an attack, a ranged attack. So we can re-roll the yellow die, but this is all we're doing. Maybe do we want to spend 2 to roll 2 orange dice? Do we want to spend 2 to roll 2 orange dice? It'll leave me with 2. It's risky. I mean, the sides on this are absolutely horrible. I mean, there's 3 blanks, 2 sides are a 1, and then 1 side is a 2. The orange are a little bit better, but still, it's not great. So 2 oranges would give me a better chance. I'd have to spend 2 gems, though. Let's just try this. We'll just try to spend the 1 and see how this works. Okay. We can't re-roll, I mean, unless we spend another gem to re-roll that orange. I think we're going to hold off on those 2 guys. I don't want to spend too much more. We could do Bori's Rage with Hadrathis. We'd have to spend 2 to roll 2 orange dice against a ranged person, so we could do that. Or alternatively, we could activate Set's Halo to increase our armor value by 1. Because here's the thing. If the event for Thog is drawn, he's going to pull in the strongest person. So if I spend 2 on Set's Halo, that still leaves 4 here. He's going to be the strongest, so he's going to be pulled in. Yeah, let's do that. Let's activate Set's Halo. So we're going to have a halo around here on him. So Set's Halo is activated. So his armor is increased by 1. So I think we're going to hold there. I think we're going to hold there. The only other thing I would probably do is attack one more time with Angora on one of these guys, but I don't think we need to do that. I don't think we need to do that. So let's call that a round. So we're going to move all these to our fatigue. Boom. All these down. These from Set's Halo. Now, Set's Halo only goes away after we would switch to cautious and then back to aggressive. So we don't need to worry about that right just yet. Okay, so goes to Overlord's phase. So let's see what they got. 1. So they did get the event. We wanted to avoid that turn 1, and that's actually what they got first draw of turn 1. So, but that's just the luck. So they're going after the strongest. So the most, whichever character has the most gems in their reserve. So that is Hadrathis, right here. Oh god, oh god. All right, 3, but we got an armor value of 1. Whew. Okay, so we got 4, 5, 6. Now, so we got an armor value of 1, so we're getting hit with 5. All right. We get a yellow from each staff. We can re-roll that. How many do we want to put? Because here's the problem now, man. Is Hadrathis basically almost toast? Because the thing is, if I spend 2 gems, I'm now the weakest. So anybody else is now going to come right after Hadrathis. But if I only spend 1 orange, dude, the most I'll block. I mean, I guess I could get 4, so I'd only get hit with 1. That is such a gamble. That is such a gamble. That is such a gamble. I gotta do 2. I mean, do I even do 3? No, I do 2. Do 2. Right? Yeah, okay, and we can re-roll the yellow, so we gotta get some good rolls. At least the yellow came up. So we block 3. So with our armor, we block 4. So we get hit for 2. So we move 2 into our wounds. Okay, all right, that was the first activation. 3. Okay, so this is the gray colored tentacles. Now they're going to go after the weakest one, and that's exactly what I was talking about. Whoever has the least amount of gems in their reserve. So that's why I was trying to think about if I want to spend 1 gem to make it 3, but then I still would have lost more wounds, so that would have been the tiebreaker. So I guess it didn't matter. Okay, so all the grays activate. That sucks. That sucks. All right, so all the grays, they don't need to move because they can attack adjacent. Okay, so they're rolling 2 orange. And they get to re-roll 1 of those. So let's start with the first guy closest to him. 3. Oh my god. So we're blocking 1. We gotta do it. We gotta do it. Okay, so we block all that. Next guy. Alright, so they re-roll blank. Alright, so they only hit with 1. But we have an armor value of 1, so we don't take anything. This guy. They re-roll blanks. 3. There's 1 more activation after this, right? I gotta do it. I gotta do it. Okay, we block all that. Okay, and last guy here. Re-roll blanks. Okay, 1. So we block that with the armor. Oh boy, but we have no more gems to use. We have no more gems. God. 4. Alright, so it's the red tentacles. Alright, so they're still in the space adjacent. This is all 1 space, and this is all 1 space as well. So they're going to attack me as well. Alright, 2 orange. We have 1 armor value. That's all we can do. Oh my god. Alright, so we get hit for 3. Hadrathis. Poor Hadrathis. Alright, this guy. Alright, reroll blanks. Alright, so 2. So we block 1. Oof. Oof. Oh, man. That was brutal. Okay, alright. So that was their 3 activations, 1 per hero. Now it's back to us. So let's move this down. Now we have to see what are we going to set our status as, active or passive? I'm thinking... So definitely the next two are Thog and the Outer Dark Demon, right? So we could just say, Hadrathis, you're done, right? And basically just say you're bait while these guys do other cool stuff. Maybe we just set as passive to get all of these back, just to block and do stuff like that. There's not much we can do active from where we are. Thog has an armor value of 3. So the most, I mean, I could do all 4 in yellow. So I could roll 5 yellow dice. And that still might not even be good enough. And then we're not really sitting pretty here either. So I might actually set... Let's do Conan as passive. So we'll get 5 back. Right? That was 5. Angora, we're going to do... Should we just do passive as well? Or should we do pop shots? Like put active, go 2 dice back. It will give me 5, or gems back. Give me 5. It's still not that much, right? I think we're going to do passive as well. Let's do passive as well. Ideally, what I usually try to do is like have one guy resting while the other guys are kind of active. But, I mean, with Hadrathis in the fire, Thog is going to activate. He's going to basically annihilate Hadrathis. Let's just have him be a meat shield right now. So 5. Man, that kind of sucks, dude. Actually really sucks. What am I talking about? Yeah, okay. Let's do all passive. Let's do all passive. Okay. Back to their turn. All right, so we got 5. So the Outer Dark Demon. So that is Hadrathis. So he's going to go right here. Okay, he's going to roll 2 reds, right? 2 reds with 2 rerolls. 2 reds and 2 rerolls. But we still have the armor, or sets Halo. He rerolls blanks. 2, that's actually not bad. So we're already blocking 1. So let's spend 1, right? Orange and a yellow. Okay, so we block that. Okay, that was the Outer Dark Demon, and this is Thog. Yep, Thog. Thog is going to roll 3 reds at us. Rerolls blanks. Okay, so we got 5. All right, and they're going to get 1 more activation after this, so we're going to have to put these back over here, shuffle those. So Thog could activate again, or Outer Dark Demon, or even the event. So we're blocking 1. We need to block 4. Let's just do 2. Let's just do 2. We'll have him stay alive as long as possible. So we're blocking, we need to block 4. And we can re-roll this. Okay, so we block 3. Okay, so we lose 1. Okay, all right. Put these back and let's shuffle. Oh, man. All right. Might try to find a better way to shuffle these. I think it's okay. All right, let's see what we get. 2, Thog. God. Thog. Okay, let's do it. Doesn't need to move. He's targeting the weakest hero. 3. Okay, that's not terrible. So we're gonna put our last one in there, but we can only roll this. We get 1, so we gotta block 2. And we do with the yellow even. Okay, so we blocked all that. Okay. Whew. Okay. All right, back to us. Hadrathis, let's wait. So with these guys, we're gonna do active. Bring 2 back. All right, 2 back. Okay, we gotta tear stuff up. We gotta kill the Outer Dark Demon and Thog, which means we're gonna have to clear out some of these tentacles. So how far is this away? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. We could So Angora's ranged attack is just as good as his melee attack. He can reroll with his melee. He's only going to add a yellow, and he can do a free reroll. Same thing with his Angaran bow with his ranged, and both of these are only adding an orange as well. So his range is exactly the same. So we don't even need to move with Angora, which is kind of ideal. So, but Conan, we want to get into the get in there. So with that being said, we could drop this armor, pick it up with Conan. 1, 2, spend a gem to move. That's 2 gems spent. That'll leave me with 7. The problem is, well, I guess Fall just activated, so he won't activate this time. The thing is, though, if we get in here, I gotta kill some stuff, right? I just gotta kill some stuff. But we are gonna be right in the middle of it too. Okay. Well, let's start here. Let's actually start here. Let's start shooting with Angora. Now, do we want to do 2 orange and a yellow? And I'm gonna target this guy right here. Because if I only spend 1, I don't want to just keep wasting gems if I don't get through to the yeah, man. Now, it would be ideal if I had the spell book. I could use this Eagle Eye. Character in your line of sight gains precision shot, so their armor gets reduced only to 1. But I don't have the spell book right now. So I guess I'm just going to shoot. I'm going to spend... Let's see how this goes for 1. Let's just see how it goes. Yeah. Let's spend 2. 2 orange and a yellow. Alright, so I got 3. So I killed him. Now, how much more of this do we want to do? I can only put 2 more gems in here, right? I can only put 2 more gems. So the next thing is, too, I don't want to take out all these red guys. I want to leave at least 1 of each color because that keeps these tokens in here. If I were to destroy all the red, this red gets taken out. And so if I'm still activating 3, it just gives a higher chance to draw these other 2 super powerful ones. I mean, the 2 orange are still bad, but it's not as bad as 3 reds with rerolls, or even 2 reds with rerolls. So I want to keep at least 1 guy there. Oh, did I never set? I never set him. Yeah, we're gonna do defensive. Okay. So what else are we doing? I guess we could try with Conan. Run in there. We could try with Conan, right? Are we gonna drop the armor and let Conan pick it up? I think so, right? Angora's gonna drop the armor. We're gonna pick it up with Conan. Conan has it. And do we just run in? Do we just run in? Thog already activated. Thog already activated. We got the armor. We can also block with sword, which is a little bit better. Yeah, let's run in. So we get 2 free movement. Boom, boom. Let's do another one to movement. Let's go right in here. Let's do 1. So we get a red and an orange. Try to hit this tentacle here. We got 2. Let's attack again. Same thing. Come on, man. Oh. Come on. Do I want to kill the tentacles, or do I want to kill, or not kill, but how many more gems could I put in there? 4. What I could do, this is what I could do. I could spend 1 more gem movement, go into this space, put 4 gems into attack, rolling 4 reds and an orange to hopefully take out the Outer Dark Demon. But that'll leave me like defenseless. But Thog is not going to activate this turn. And if the event activates, he targets the one with the most gems in the reserve. If I basically spend all of Conan's, that could work. That could work. Oh man, it's risky. It's risky. It's risky, guys. Where's that music, man? I need to get back into the I need to experience it even more. So I guess at this point, let's have Angora last with the most. So let's still attack with Angora again. Let's do 2. That's his max in there. So we're gonna roll 2 orange and a yellow. So let's attack. Let's attack. I guess this doesn't matter, right? So let's attack this gray. Let's attack this gray one. All right, so we can re-roll the yellow. We at least need 1 hit. Come on. All right, we got it. We got it. We got it. All right, so that guy's dead. All right. Thank God. All right. That makes the decision a little easier. Because if the tentacles activate these 2... So do I want to take out a tentacle, another tentacle? With Conan. Another tentacle. Save the Outer Dark Demon for next turn. But if I spend too much, I'm not going to have enough to go all out like that, right? So what do I want to do? What do I want to do? If I keep enough gems to have over 3, they're all going to attack Hadrathis. So I could try to manipulate it that way to, yeah, let's do that. So let's try to attack this tentacle. If I go here, spend 1, I'm just trying to keep 3. No, I can't do that. I have to keep at least 4. I have to keep at least 4. Because if I have 3, no risk, no reward. That's true. And this is Conan. You are right, dude. You are right. So if we have all 3, if the event triggers, it goes after the strongest. So whoever has the most gems in the reserve. But everybody else goes after the weakest. So if we have 3, it then goes to, I guess whoever has most in their wound zone. Yeah, that's true. Let's do this. Let's attack one more time with Conan. Here, we're going to try to take out this tentacle. So if the red activates, only 1 tentacle is going to go. I can live with that. So let's do these 2. Come on, man. The reds are not cooperating. So let's do 1 more. Let's do 1 more. That sucks. That sucks. That sucks. I guess I could try... Oh no, Angora has max there. I could move him. But do I want to? Do I want to? If I move here, I'm not going to have range. I'm not going to have line of sight with those guys. I think I'm just going to post up there. I think that's going to be my turn. He's passive. I can't do anything. But he still has Set's Halo activated. I don't want to have less gems than Hadrathis. Yeah, let's just do that. Let's call it a turn. Let's move these down. Okay, all right, their turn. Let's see what we got. 5, Outer Dark Demon. So they are going to attack the weakest. That is Hadrathis. 2 reds. All right, I think he is... Oh, I mean, I guess I can spend. Yeah, that's right. All right, so we're blocking 1. We need to block 3. We need to block 3. 2, I guess. We can re-roll a yellow. All right, so we get hit for 1. Goes there. All right, who's next? Number 1. Oh, all right, so strongest, that is Angora right here. Rolls 3 red. Brutal stuff. Rerolls blanks. Got 5. 5. I think I gotta do 3, right? Do 3. 3 orange. Oh, I could reroll. All right, so I'm blocking 3. I'm getting hit for 2. Should I spend 1 to re-roll this? I'm getting hit for 2. That's fine. I'll take 2. All right, and then 1 more. 3. These tentacles go. So the weakest is Hadrathis. They're already in range because they have reach. So they're going to attack Hadrathis. So they're doing 2 orange. 3. Hitting for 3. We're blocking 1. We can re-roll this. All right, so we actually block all that. All right, next guy. 3. We block 1. We can't roll any more dice, so Hadrathis is dead. Oh. Okay. All right. Well, then I guess I gotta make do, right? So let's put all these back. All right. So the good thing is, the only other saving grace. Yeah, man. I know, man. The only positive out of that is when we do a active turn, instead of getting 2 gems back now, since a hero died, we get 3 gems back. Still not as great. Well, let's decide what we want to do. Conan is definitely doing that. 3. Conan is definitely doing that. Now, Angora. Angora. So who did not get drawn? The red tentacles. The red tentacles did not get drawn. Okay. Another good thing is only 2 tiles will activate now instead of 3. 1 per hero. So Angora only has 2 gems in his reserve. He could have 5 if I go active, or he could have 7. No, sorry, get 6 back instead of 5 with passive now. So I could have 8. I could have 8. Tentacles are going to go. So we know that's 1 out of the 2. If Conan takes out a tentacle, for 1 whole activation, that's only 2 orange dice. That's not terrible. That's not terrible. That's not terrible. So then Angora can get a lot of dice back. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do resting with Angora. Passive. So we're getting 6 dice back. That's 5, 6. Okay, that gives us a lot of defense as well. And Conan is going to go active. Okay, all right. Now, let's just start. Yeah, we got to start with Conan. So we can take out 1 red tentacle, or we just go right into Outer Dark Demon and do all. If we go in there, we could spend, I mean, theoretically, we could spend all the dice on that 1 attack. He's only got 4. He's got a defense of 3, and he only needs 4 hits. So it's with 5 or 6 red dice and an orange, it's kind of likely he's just going to get 1 shot. But that would be our whole thing. That would be all of our dice, pretty much. And then if the tentacles do go, I mean, it is 2 orange. Like if these guys activate, it is 2 orange. because we would then be the weakest, right? We would then be the weakest. So all the guys, if they activate, would go after us. But we know that one is a red tentacle. So I could attack one, right? I could try to kill this one with one. Move in here. Spend 5 gems. It's risky. I think we got to do it though. We got to take out. Yeah, let's do it. Let's try 1 gem here. We'll attack this guy. We need 3. All right, we got 3. All right, this guy's taken out. For our free movement, because we haven't used that yet, we're gonna go. Let's move this guy around. Let's go in here and let's try to kill the outer dark demon. Get out of my way, Conan coming through. All right, so are we spending 5? Are we spending less? I think we got a guarantee. This is why we came into the spot. We came into the spot to guarantee. So we got to spend all 5. We can only have 6 dice here. We got to spend 5. We got to do it. We got to do it. This is what we're rolling. This is what we're rolling. And that way, when the red activate, because they definitely will, they're going to attack Conan, but they're only going to roll 2 orange dice. And we have to kind of hope that the next one to activate, because we're going to have to end up putting these back and shuffling them, we have to hope that, you know, maybe it's red again. Maybe it's red again. Okay. All right, well, let's just go. See, if we had... What's the other weapon? Like Conan, it's like a battle axe or something. It's like a red die that you add, but it has a reroll on it. It's like, it's honestly amazing. And we do still have 1 gem, so we could spend it for a reroll. But, dude, I mean, worse has happened to me. Worse has happened to me with all these kinds of things. So let's just do it. Okay, all right. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. So he's got 3. He would get hit for 6. All right, that's the outer dark demon. Okay, all right. Okay, outer dark demon is dead. Okay, okay. Whew. All right, now Thog, we cannot get out of his space. He has what is it called? Blocking. Enemy characters without evasive cannot move out of this character's area. And Conan does not have evasive. Conan does not have evasive. So we are basically stuck in this spot, which is fine. Which is fine. All right, so those are my activations. All right. So now, Overlord. All right, so what happens is this tile gets flipped. And this is normally how it would happen with the human player. So once this tile would be destroyed, he would flip this and it would stay in this river. Now, the way that the solo works is this would actually be removed, but in a 1 versus many mode, this would actually stay here, and you can pay to have it removed, but it would stay here basically clogging up the river. So but you could also spend gems. Like if you would activate this tile, usually this activation tile on a 1 versus many game is you would get like say 4 recruitment points, and you can see on the bottom of the tentacles this would cost 2 recruitment points. So basically if you would recruit, you could say I'm going to bring back a red guy and I get 2 more, I'll bring back another gray guy, something like that. And then that way these would just turn back from bloody to that if you would bring a guy back when they were wiped out from the board. Okay, so that was removed, so we'll remove this, and we're going to remove the 5 from this, all right? So let's just place these up here. That is that. They're going to activate this, and we already knew it was the red tentacles. Red tentacles are, let's move these down. Red tentacles are going to go after Conan. They're adjacent because he's the weakest, and they're going to roll 2 orange. They get 1 reroll, so they got 3. So we, as defense, boom, we get that automatically. Now, we could just try to use this yellow die, right, to block as much as we can. Because if I only have 1 gem left, who knows what that next thing is going to be. If it's an event, we're not affected. Fog, if Fog gets activated, that's seriously not good. I mean, even if the other tentacles get activated, I mean, that's still 4 orange dice coming my way. It's risky, but I think I'm just going to use this yellow. What if Fog activates? If Fog activates and rolls 3 red, and let's say he gets like a side with 3, a 2, dude, I got to save that gem for that, right? Because that could be so much more damage than this. All right, so let's use this. 2. Okay. So we only lose 1. Okay. Every once in a while, those yellow dice come in big. Okay. Now, second activation. Let's put these back. Let's mix these up. And let's see who else gets drawn. Okay. 3. Okay, so the grays. Okay, so they're still going to come after Conan. So 2 orange. You get 1 reroll. All right, so 3. I think I am going to use it this time. I am going to use it. So I need to block 3. So I actually get this. 1 for this spot, 1 for the defense of the sword. Right there. And then 1 for the leather armor, a yellow. All right, so I get this. So I'm blocking, I need to block 3. All right, so I got 2. I blocked 2. So that. And then the last tentacle, 2 orange. Come on, baby. 4. All right, so we get 1 yellow. 2. Okay. So I lost 2. All right, still not that great. Okay, all right, it's back to us. We're still alive. Angora is going to be active, so hero is dead, so we get 3 back, but we only have 1 in there, so we'll get all that back. Conan, let's move these bound to fatigue. Now, in all likelihood, I mean, I guess I could load up his melee, right, with 5. I guess I could do that. Alternatively, I could also try to pop one of these tentacles ranged. I would be hindered because I'm with one enemy. Oh no, I have another hero here, so that would actually nullify that hindrance. So I could shoot. I could spend like 2 gems in here, something like this, to try to just pop one of those tentacles. And then after that, maybe spend all 5 in melee to just attack Thog. Something like that. The reason why I want to take out the tentacle is, again, because, I mean, our health is starting to get a little low. So if I just at least take out 1 tentacle, if that activates, it's still only going to activate 1 tentacle, right? But if I leave it there and I just attack Thog, I guess I could attack Thog first to see how well that goes, right? I could do that first. But after we load that up with 5, we can no longer do a melee attack. So yeah, I mean, either way, we're going to do active. So what are we going to do for Conan? We would only get 3 gems back. I guess I could do defensive. Let's do defensive. So we'll get 6 back. And that way, next time, we can do a lot of defense, right? If the event gets drawn, which it's kind of likely, we have a 2 out of 3 shot. We could do a lot of defense there. Yeah. Okay, so defense here, active here. So let's do Angora. It's going to do 5 in the combat. All 5. That's his max. So he's going to do 5 orange and 1 yellow, which we can re-roll. This is going to be against Thog. All right. Come on, orange. And he's got an armor of 3. I mean, come on. We got to at least do a few hits to him, right? Okay. So we got 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't want to re-roll the yellow. I could spend one to re-roll that orange, since that is definitely going to be guaranteed damage no matter what it is. So we're getting 2, so 7. So he would get hit for 4. He'd go down to 4. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's re-roll this. Should we do one more time? If we get one more hit on this, how bad, like, how big do we think that is for a whole gem? You know what I mean? Is one gem worth 1 hit point? When next turn, Conan hopefully is going to come back strong, and he's really going to put a hurting on him. I don't think we need to do it. Now, let's not do it. Let's not do it. Let's keep that. So we hit him for 7. He's got 3 defense, so he's getting hit for 4. So he's going down to 4. Boom. All right. All right, that was a good hit. That was a good hit. Now, are we going to try to take out a tentacle like we were talking about? I'd spend 2 gems to get there. Should I? We at least know... I mean, if the red tentacles get drawn, right? There's only 1. At this moment, they're going to attack Angora. Thog is going to attack Angora. And the event is going to attack Conan. So I think I at least want some defense, right? I want some defense. Yeah, let's keep that. All right, let's keep this. All right, who's first? 4. All right, so it is the red tentacle. Okay. All right, so weakest, Angora. All right, so going to roll, doesn't need to move because he's already adjacent. He's got reach. Rerolls blanks. 4. Oof. Oof. Okay, so the last 2 are Thog and the event. So if Thog goes, that's going to be rough. That's going to be rough. So do we spend 1? I think we're going to try to kill... We're going to definitely try to kill Thog next turn with Conan. And I think we're going to be able to do it. I mean, for 4 hits, right? So I want to save all of this for Thog if he activates. So we're only going to roll 1 orange die. Easy, Androthus. Easy, man. I know you want to get back in the action. Blank. So I'm taking 4. I could try to re-roll, but again, I want to save 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Ugh. All right, who's next? All right, so we got the event. So that's going to be against Conan. You know, actually, I think I probably would have rather it have been Thog going after Angora because I don't want to use that much gems from Conan. I want to have the most. But I guess active, we're going to get 3 back, so I guess it's okay. So we could spend... Okay, so we could spend a decent amount here. All right, so event is going to go after the strongest, which is Conan. And he got 6. And right now we're rolling this. We're at least going to spend 1. That's going to give us this. At least 2, because if we go to active, we'll get all 3 back. And that would look like that for 6. Alternatively, if we get hit, like if all these come up as blanks, I guess I could save it for the rerolls. Yeah, let's save it for the rerolls. So we'll put 2 in blocking. So we have 1 from the leather armor, 1 from Conan's sword, and 2 gems in the defense. All right. So let's see. We got to block 6. All right. So we block 3. We block 3. Getting hit for 3. It's not really that good. That leaves me 4 gems total for Conan. That leaves me 4 gems. So his attack, if I do all 4 gems, that's his attack on Thog. That's his attack on Thog. Is that enough? I think it is. I mean, he's only blocking 3. I guess I could go active with Angora again, right? Yeah, I could go active with Angora again, and then if I do... What, I'd have 5. Yeah, okay, okay. So let's spend... I'll get 3 back. That would be a reroll, right? Reroll this. Yeah, let's just do it, I guess. Reroll. Blank. All right, let's just take 3. Let's take 3. All right, so I took 3 because I blocked these, and 3 came through. Okay. All right, that was the 2 activations, okay? Move these down. All right, Angora is going to go active. All these are going to come back. Conan is going to go active, gets this 1 back, right? Let's just start with Conan. All 4 of these in here, which is what I was talking about. 4 red and an orange. And I think that's enough. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He's got 3, and that kills him. Ooh. Okay, that was Thog. That was Thog. He has died. He has died. Conan and company are victorious. And that's all we needed to do. That's all we needed to do for winning the game. Win the game once Thog and the Outer Dark Demon are killed. The heroes do not need to kill the tentacles and to win the scenario, but they will continue to attack the heroes until both Thog and the Outer Dark Demon are killed. Okay. Ooh. That was pretty fun, man. I'm not gonna lie. That was pretty fun. That was pretty fun. I've played this scenario about 2 times before, and they've both gone drastically different. Like the one time I got absolutely slaughtered. The other time I actually won pretty handily. I got the spell book. I was able to do the Eagle Eye, allowing precision shot for Angora. Excuse me. Yeah. Like Angora found the bow himself. Hydrathis found the spell book, so I didn't even need to pass it around. So I had some good dice rolls, but I think this was probably the most fun one. Like it took a lot more thinking than I even feel like the other ones did. That was awesome. That was awesome. Yeah, man, that was cool. I was even thinking about I have the whole other scenario set up, and what I was going to do is if it went fast enough, I was just going to set that other scenario up and then just play through that. We just read the books right here. I have all the enemies already out. We already have all the same heroes. Hydrathis did die, but it says if you win the scenario, which is just doing that, Hydrathis isn't technically like fully dead. If you've lost all your heroes, then you can no longer pick these heroes for the next scenario, or even to redo this scenario. Because I guess you would need a win, right? Yeah. Hell yeah, man. That was cool. I was scary with Hydrathis there for a second, dude. I was so scared once he got pulled in there that I was just like, oh man, this is just not going to be good. But he was in there. He actually had some decent defensive rolls, which kind of helped him stay alive and just kind of like absorb those other attacks. Whereas like if he would have died earlier on, then these tentacles would have started moving down here, right? Thog would have then pulled in another guy sooner. So that actually just kind of worked out. That was pretty cool. So yeah, that was pretty cool. So it says, rewards for victory. If the heroes win, they are rewarded 1 victory point per surviving hero. If this scenario results in a defeat, okay, which it did not. It did not. That was a great battle. Yeah, I agree, man. That was pretty epic, dude. That was pretty epic. I was scared there for a little bit. I was scared there. Conan is victorious. Oh, oh, oh. Yeah, dude. I mean, dude, those 3 red dice with rerolls, that's no joke, man. That is no joke. The next scenario is pretty cool. It deals with this giant snake here. This giant snake, and basically, he's like in this tomb with these mummies and stuff like that. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm not gonna give it away. But he has this cool, like, when the events tile, and that's another cool thing that I'm really liking about the campaign is that, you know, usually, like I explained, these events just dictate, like, let's say the map says, okay, if you draw the event, if you activate the event, you get, you know, 6 recruitment points. And you can basically just bring guys back onto the board if you're the overlord, if the bad guys. But what I like that the campaign is doing, instead of doing that, it actually just said, hey, actually a special is like activated for, in this case, for Thog, right? In this scenario, pull the strongest guy closest and do a normal attack. For this, it does something completely different as well. It beefs up the snake's armor to like an insane amount, so it's pretty cool. Yeah, dude, this snake. There's some pretty cool minis in here, man. This snake is pretty legit. Come on, camera. Come on. Yeah, man. Snake is pretty cool. Pretty sweet. And I always thought Thog looked pretty cool too. As I already kind of showed him off. Thog. Yeah, man. I mean, even the tentacles, like this tentacle right here is pretty sweet. Let's see if I can get it. I mean, pretty detailed. Monolith always had pretty good minis. I always thought pretty good minis. But I love this, like, the gem activation, and I love dice rolling games. It's like it's honestly awesome. Yeah, and honestly, it's equally as fun being the overlord as well, because usually the way this works is if I would pay 2 to activate Thog, after I would pay, and they're dealing with red gems, so it'd be like this. Okay, I'm going to spend 2 to activate Thog, move these over here, and then after I activate Thog, I would move this down, and now it becomes 5 to activate. So I could theoretically activate him again, but then it would cost me 5 gems. It was, dude. It was. Yeah. I just pulled it out, man. I beat him with Conan. I put all my remaining gems into Conan's attack. I think I hit like 9. I rolled 4 red and an orange. I hit like 9 damage. He was down to 4 health. I killed him. But even if that didn't work out, I still had 5 gems for Angora that I didn't even use yet. So I could have put it into, you know, his, and then just rolled 5 orange with yellow dice. So I think I still would have had it. But yeah, dude, Conan was getting down. Conan took some hits from the tentacles, and I think from Thog himself. So he was getting down on his life. Angora was still sitting decent, but yeah, man, if I wouldn't have killed him with Conan, like if something were to happen, if I would have gotten him down lower, and if I wouldn't have been able to finish him off with Angora, and I would have been left with like this, with basically no gems, I think I was toast. I think I was going to get absolutely crushed. But I guess I would have planned accordingly. No, because I would have still thrown all the dice into Angora if I wouldn't have killed him with Conan. So I would have been basically defenseless. It was cool though, man. I had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun with this one. Yeah, it was pretty sweet. It was pretty sweet. I'm just trying to decide now if I continue with the campaign. I mean, it's only 9:30. Or if I should just break it in a separate video. You know, I could always do like another Conan, like the Chapter 2. It's called The Sleeping Serpent. We were just taking a look at the serpent here, which comes in the core game. First, you play this guy with the first scenario, but I was thinking about I could always break it down and do 2 separate. That might be better. I think this was good. Nice solid hour and a half. I think that was good. They're just, the scenarios are kind of shorter, you know, so it's like it's not going to be like a 3-hour thing for like these Conan scenarios. And the other one looks like it's even, like the board is even smaller. So it's like even tighter together. So yeah, pretty cool. I guess I will just kind of keep this as a single part. And then Thursday, I'm going to be doing, what am I doing? Nemesis Lockdown. Yeah. And then Friday, Marvel Champions. First time doing 2-handed playthrough. I guess first time doing solo Nemesis 2-handed as well on Thursday. So yeah, pretty cool stuff. That was fun. That was a lot of fun. And yeah, this is again, this is from the, if you guys have Conan, all right? If you have Conan, this is from the, you need to purchase this separately. I don't know if this came in the latest Kickstarter. I don't think so, but I could be wrong. This is the Monolith Sourcebook, as you can see right here, and this is by Modifius. All right, so it comes with, it's very nice. It's a hardcover, cool artwork in there and everything. It's very nice, but it lays out different kind of scenarios. So that would be chapter 2. This is the one we just did here, Demon from the Depths. It goes over all these. This is the Lost Scrawling of Skelos campaign we're doing now. And it just goes over basically all the rules that you need for solo. And, you know, to make your own scenario and stuff like that, as well as a campaign for like a role-playing game. So you could also do that as well. But also, in addition to that, you need a little bit more than that. This is a core game board, but you also need certain tiles from Modifius as well. So you need 2 sets of tiles. So you can see all these tiles here. There's a decent amount here. So like these tiles that come here, these are by Modifius. This isn't straight from Monolith, but Monolith worked with Modifius to make these tiles. And like, so you need, there's like, I think there's like 4 different sets out there. You only need 2 sets, which I'll put links in the description if you guys want to check that out. But you need 2 sets of these tiles. And the artwork's pretty good, as you can see here. Little staircase right there. The artwork's pretty good. I'd say it's not as, like that one is really cool. But there's some, like Monolith still, I like their designs a little bit better. Like you can see that's pretty cool too. But like this is, could probably use a little bit more detail. You know what I mean? Just a little bit more, like in the trees and stuff. But I think it still looks really good. Really good. Like this is pretty cool. It's like some tombs and stuff like that. Yeah, man, just really cool stuff. So like this, but this, you do need 2 sets of these tiles in order to play this campaign. Because like scenario 2 is on some of those extra tiles from Modifius. And I think I got, like each set is probably around, I don't know, 20 bucks, probably something like that. Not including shipping. And then the Monolith Sourcebook is, I think, probably around maybe 20, maybe a little bit less, maybe 15 or something like that. So yeah, so pretty cool, really cool. Hey Cosmonaut, what's up, man? How's it going tonight? How you doing? Thanks for stopping by. I just destroyed Thog. We were playing against this guy right here, Thog, as well as the Outer Dark Demon, this guy right here. So the object of the scenario was I had to kill both of these guys. Come on, camera. I had to kill both of these guys. We lost Hadrathis probably like mid-game, maybe slightly right before mid-game. But he was able to stick around. He was like right in the middle of it. Like right here, right with Thog, the Outer Dark Demon. We're all up in his grill. And he was able to manage pretty well. He was getting some good dice rolls for defense. He was able to last a little bit longer than I thought he was going to, which actually soaked up a lot of the damage. And then later on, Thog pulled in Angora. And then later on, we moved in with Conan, took out some tentacles, and then went right in for it. Conan was able to take out the Outer Dark Demon. I think it was Conan. Yeah, it was Conan. And then later on, Angora did 4 hits to Thog, which was really good. And then we were able to finish him off with Conan. So it was pretty epic. Not too bad. Finally getting a chance to relax for the evening. Cool, man. Cool. Yeah, I finished up probably about 10 minutes ago, something like that. I was trying to debate if I have the second scenario sitting right out here. I was trying to debate if I should just like hot swap this stuff real quick and just pull that down, or if I just should just cut it and just make 2 separate playthroughs. The only problem is like I don't know when I'll be able to get to it again. You know what I mean? But it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. Now, also a cool thing about these scenarios is, in addition to basically keeping all the equipment that you found, you also do get the stuff that you didn't find. It's kind of like, all right, so if we killed Thog and the Outer Dark Demon, right, and we, finished off these tentacles, or the tentacles went away because it's like, I don't know if they're a part of Thog or something like that. We're all on the ship, right? So we're not just gonna be like, oh, chest, no, I'm good. You know what I mean? So like we're gonna pick it up. So that's the way I'm kind of looking at it. It was a cool battle, man. It was a lot of fun. And this campaign is definitely something that I want to continue. I think it's pretty cool. It's got some cool like the next time is this Conan game with a bunch of expansions. So this is what you need. The only thing you need in order to play this campaign is you need the core game, and you could proxy some of these other guys, because all the game needs is it breaks down the characters into 3 different archetypes: the warrior, the rogue, and the spellcasters. So you're gonna get all 3 archetypes in the core game. You're not going to get a slew of characters, but you're going to get the 3 archetypes. So with those, you just need to get, like just with the core game, you need to get this Monolith Sourcebook. So this is going to be a separate purchase. I didn't even really know about this until semi-recently. Somebody in the Kickstarter comments for the Conan the Conqueror Kickstarter actually said, hey, Modiphius is having a sale. If you guys want to check this out. So I looked into it, and this is a campaign book. It's a very nice hardcover book. A lot of cool artwork. But it has a solo cooperative campaign. It also has, I guess Modiphius, this company, does a Conan RPG. So it also has some RPG stuff in here as well, if you want to take a look at that. It also has some like scenario creator right here if you want to get into that as well. So you need this book. This book is probably around $20-ish, I think. I haven't checked it since I bought it. But then in addition to that, you need 2 different tile sets. Modiphius makes, since they do the Conan RPG, they make all these tiles, which we were just taking a look at a few of them. They also make all of these tile sets if you want to play the RPG. And these tile sets are pretty nice. Like the artwork on them is pretty cool. And it's all kind of the same layout, like you can see here for ranged, as the Monolith board. So it uses all this kind of same stuff. And you can like, see, but like this one looks, just like it could probably use a little bit of a, it could be a little bit better, but like then they got some really cool artwork right here. So like, yeah, that looks cool too. So you need 2 tile sets in addition to this Monolith Sourcebook in order to play the campaign. And each of these tile sets, it came with a bunch of tiles, but it was probably around, each of them were probably around $20 a piece without shipping. So that's what you need for at least the campaign. Again, if you wanted to have other characters, dude, you could find, like, you could print out more of these hero sheets and then maybe just use these as, like, you know, use proxy minis to represent this. You know what I mean? That's not a problem. You could probably even do that for the cards as well if you wanted, like, more equipment, stuff like that. But yeah. But it's pretty cool, man. So far I've played the first mission and the second mission, just in case I was going to do the second scenario here on camera, so I would be somewhat familiar with it, you know, kind of know how it plays. I try to do that before I do the playthrough, so I don't go in completely blind. Some of the stuff I might not have been able to explore yet, but at least I have a little bit of an idea. So yeah, a lot of fun, a lot of fun. Do you have I guess you don't, because you're asking if this is the Conan game. Yeah. But yeah, this is oh, you basically just asked is this the Conan game with a bunch of, yeah, it is. It is. Sorry, man. I kind of misread your thing. Just basically I thought you were asking, like, I don't exactly know. Like, do you need all of these expansions for what I'm playing? Like, or were you just asking, like, does all of the stuff that I'm playing right now come with the Conan game? I think something, yeah, I was thinking of something like that. But yeah, this is that. There's a ton of expansions, a ton. There's 3 big box expansions, but then plus there's like the hero, the King Pledge, the Barbarian Pledge. So there's like just the core box, or you could get the core box with all the stretch goals, which the stretch goals was an equally sized box. If you take, so this would be, so this is like the core box, right? This is the core box, and then the stretch goals is just as big. So there's like, it's the exact same size box. So that's all like the minis, all minis. So there's a lot of stuff. And the thing is, what I liked, well, what some people were saying online, which is what I noticed, in the rule books, like the rule book here, they don't use all of the, like, we can see like the picked warriors and stuff like that. We can see Scuthus and the Dark Demon, but like a lot of these scenarios were just kind of repeating the similar, like, enemies. You know, it didn't seem like you were using basically all of the, like, we see the hyenas again, and we've seen these in a few scenarios. Thak here, we've seen in the archers look more guards. So a problem was more guards as well, that people were saying that they weren't using enough of the, like, the stretch goals and stuff like that. Now, Monolith is all about, like, you know, just do whatever, you know, makes it fun. So you could, like, theoretically just be like, I mean, even like the characters, even down to the characters, a lot of times in the scenarios you'll find, you know, just using some of the basic heroes that came in the core game. So you had all of these heroes, a ton of heroes. There is a huge pile of heroes that you really wouldn't, you know, use, or at least the scenario wouldn't suggest. Now, you could alternatively just say, well, I don't care what it says, I'm going to use these heroes. But then there was a confusion of, well, how do you do that? Because they have different stats. Would this person be good on there? But what they've since done is they've arranged them in the 3 archetypes. So basically, if you get to a scenario and it has, like, you know, one of each of the archetypes, you could just look through your heroes, and there's a nice list to see, well, who's a warrior archetype, and you could just pick any character from that. And then same thing with the rogue and the wizard. But back to the source book. since people were saying that, you know, they're not using a lot of these characters, it's just basically minis sitting down there. I like how the source book for this campaign, I mean, in the first scenario, you're using a guy that I didn't even see in any of the scenarios yet. So it's like they're already using this stuff, which I thought was pretty cool. And they're using, like, they're getting creative with the event tile and stuff like that. But yeah, man, it's a solid game. It's a solid game. I love this game. Love this game. Both sides of it too. Since it's a one versus many, you know, I love the side from the heroes. You know, you can basically change activation. So you could be like, oh, I'm going to activate this guy. I'm going to attack, right? I'm going to attack here. Then I'm going to move here. Then I'm going to attack again. And then I'm going to move. Oh, actually, no, I'm going to use Ngora. Go here, do a ranged attack. Back to Conan. Use him to move back. So you can kind of swap like that constantly. You don't have to use this whole character once, then move on. You can just back and forth. And it can be a lot of fun with like a big, not a big game group, but just with a group of people. Each controlling its own hero. Just be like, okay, well, what do we want to do? Okay, do you want to go there and like do your fireball to like take out some enemies or what? And okay, well, I'll come in, I'll hit some guys, you shoot that guy with lightning storm, stuff like that. But then equally on the other side, the Overlord, I love this river system. They have a similar mechanic with the gems. They have a cost for each of the guys up here. So if I wanted to activate these tentacles, they cost 3 that we can see, and you would just move 3 red gems from here to here, and you would activate these red tentacles. You can move them around the board and attack and all this stuff. But then after you use it, it goes to the back, which is, this is called the river. So now in this spot, it costs 5. So if you have 5 gems, you could activate this again, but you might not want to spend all of your gems. So then you would like look for a cheaper activation. So you kind of activate the cheaper guys, and then they'll go to the back and they come back around, and you know, they get cheaper again as they go. So it's a really cool system. Really cool. Really cool. I love this game. But yeah. And I was also saying at the beginning of the stream, I might switch these playthroughs up to 9 p.m. Eastern time, just because it plays Overlord and solo. So they have some basic activations. Instead of using gems, it uses these tokens. So as you can, if you see here on the board, each of these tiles would associate with, like, say there's this red tentacle tile. It's got this outline of red. Might be a little hard to see. And then you have the ones that don't have the outline. So when these are on the board, you can see like the different colors. So if the red tile would activate, you would move these. But how they activate is the number that they are under. So this would be 5. The solo mode uses these tokens, and you would just place these like this, shuffle them up, and then you would draw, like Thog was here, and the Outer Dark Demon, and it was kind of like this at the beginning of the scenario. And so you would draw one of these tiles, and it would be 5, which in this case is the red tentacles, and they would have like basic movement points. They could come here, roll 2 orange die. They'd get a free reroll if they drew a blank. And then we could like choose to defend and stuff like that. After that, you would activate another one, and then another one. You would activate 1 per hero. So after you would do that, that would be their full turn. So if there's 2 left and there's 3 heroes, you would draw these out. And then after that, you'd have 1 activation left. You just put these back and then shuffle them around and then redraw. So even one that just activated from those remaining 2, once you put these in and shuffle, they could activate again. So like if you had a real dirty guy like Thog, right, and he was right in your spot rolling 3 of the strongest dice with rerolls, and he activates again when you're in his spot, you know, he just rolled 3 reds, maybe he hit you for like 4 or something like that, and then he activates again, rolling another 3 reds. So that's where it can kind of get like, you know, kind of cool to play around. But also in addition to that, like if you already know what these numbers are, so we got 1, 2, 3, and 5, we know Thog, is going to activate next. So you can kind of play around like that a little bit. And that's kind of what I tried to do the most here. There was a few moves I made because I knew which number was going to be there. But then if a hero dies, like we had Hydrothus die, they would only activate 2. So it's pretty cool. Even if they already activated like at the beginning of their turn, if it was like this and they just activated 1, or no, they already activated 1, let's say, and a guy died on that turn, they would then only do 1 more. I like that it takes effect like immediately. Like it wouldn't still be, well, at the beginning of their turn they were supposed to activate 3, and even though this guy died and they would only have 2, they are still going to play this. Like it takes effect immediately. I like that. It feels balanced. It does feel balanced, which I like. This is actually the second solo mode I've tried for Conan. The first one was a fan-made scenario, and they used the gem system that you would normally play with the 1 versus many. But then they would also like pay for like you know, extra movement. They would pay for defending some of the guys if they could. It was something like if we were to do an attack and past their defense, they would only get hit with 1. They're going to spend a gem to try to block that. And they would try to block that for that one individual guy. And let's pretend it's a tentacle. The problem with that, though, is it didn't feel like it was too hard because they were spending it seemed like they were spending a lot of gems. And I just didn't feel like, it just didn't seem like a challenge. This, however, this is, you know, straight from Monolith with the help of Modiphius, is like truly designed solo rules, and it's really good. It's really good. I thought I like it. The problem is with this compared to, well, I guess you could. I'm trying to think, because for the scenarios out of the rule book, these scenarios that we're playing now are truly designed scenarios for the solo mode. But I guess you could still somewhat apply those for the scenarios in the core game. I didn't do that yet, because I don't see why it would be any different. You would just get enough of these to activate, right? The event tile, I guess you could kind of just, yeah, how would you do that? I guess because usually in the scenarios you get a recruitment point for this, and each guy has its own recruitment cost. So like if the scenario says, oh, you get 6 recruitment points if you activate this event tile, it will go back down, and then you would get 6 to basically bring back guys that had been destroyed. Boom, boom. I guess you could just say whatever you would choose as the overlord. I'm sure there's ways that you could get around it. I don't think it'd be that complicated. But I have more of this game coming in. So there's a Conan the Conqueror. It was a Kickstarter probably like 2 years ago at this point, that I backed, and it's supposed to be here in the States now. I already got an email or an address confirmation, but no shipping notification yet. So eagerly awaiting that. There's going to be a lot more stuff. It's a cool game, man. It's a cool game. It's like, it's simple, but it's a lot of fun. You know, it's rolling just a ton of dice. And that's one of the cool things I like about it. Like, you know, say you had all your gems and stuff. You gotta manage your gems, but you could choose to either like do single attacks, you know, or you could just be like, you know what, I'm gonna go all out. I'm gonna spend all these gems at once, basically rolling all these dice at one time. You know, to basically just do a lot of hits. I like that decision space. I like that. It's really cool. So yeah, that is the first scenario. Man, 2 hours. It's been 2 hours since I started. It feels kind of like a shorter stream for me. 2 hours. Yeah, because I was kind of done this, I think around like 1:30 something, 1:40. It doesn't have any story after you win. It has story for the next chapter. And the cool thing is, it says you don't need to play these like scenarios in order. Yeah, I am too, man. I'm excited, dude. I'm excited. You don't need to play the scenarios in order. The only ones you need to do, you need to play this one first, and the 8th scenario you have to play at the end. So those are, but you can like, we don't need to do, like I could do number 3 next time, because I don't think it's like in a like an order from a story perspective. But they do suggest you do it kind of in order, because I think the difficulty somewhat is like designed to ramp up a little bit more. I'm not entirely sure. I think it said that. You know, and that way you get to have more items and stuff like that. So the other spells, the last chest here would have been the spell book. And the Withering, attack a character in your line of sight, roll a yellow. That character cannot defend against this attack and suffers damage equal to the attack power. The only problem is that's like yellow die. So, I mean, I guess it would take 1 automatic damage, right? I guess that's pretty good, and you can do a reroll. I guess that's not terrible, because then that actually just bypasses all of the defense. You got Eagle Eye. The Eagle Eye I was trying to get a lot sooner. Choose a character in your line of sight. That character gains precision shot until the end of your turn. So basically, if I would have gotten, you know, Eagle Eye with Adrathis, and then I would have had the Zingaran Bow, right, with Ningora, I could have just literally just been shooting, and then also these guys had a defense of 2. It would have been 1, making it just a hell of a lot easier to actually do damage to those guys. Because after the defense value, like these guys only have a defense of 2, they only have like 1 hit point. That's kind of the way the game works. So if you get any value over 2, you basically, you know, destroy them. The heroes like Thog and the Outer Dark Demon, when they actually have health values. And then the last one is Barrier of the Winds. Choose a character in your line of sight. That character cannot be attacked with ranged attacks until your next turn. So that's pretty good. But the problem is nobody is ranged. The enemies aren't ranged in this scenario. Even in the next scenario. So it's just how it worked out. Yeah, but it's pretty cool. So I think my plan, I was trying to determine what to do as far as character-wise going forward. Should I kind of play that Hadrathis actually didn't make it out and then just pick another spellcaster? Or should I just be like, let's just see how far we can go with these characters? You know, either way I think is cool. And we're going to have all of these spells next time. Hadrathis is going to be stacked with all of these spells next time. Next scenario. With all of this equipment. Yeah. Right now, I just want a better weapon for Conan. It's not bad, but I want this to be a red die. I want that to be a red die. I mean, the shield is pretty good, and we can throw it, so it's a good weapon. I just want something a little bit better. A little bit better. I think we could definitely get something with a red. And I don't know. The next scenario, it has some cool weapons, but not a melee weapon with red. It's got a ranged weapon with red, which is really good. It's a javelin, but you have to throw it to that space. So that hand means when you throw it, you let it go. So you would, and you would, hit them, but the javelin would be there. You'd have to go pick it up again. So that die is really good, but I mean, it's a one-time thing each time. But I mean, I guess that's not terrible if you just throw it and then you're running up, pick it up, and then you're just like, oh, that'd be cool, right? That'd be cool with Conan. Conan's just like back here, just javelins the crap out of this tentacle, kills it, runs up here, picks up the javelin again, and then destroys him with his melee attack. See, that's the kind of cool stuff, right? That is the kind of cool stuff you could do. It's pretty sweet. And then Conan's thing, if he ever had a weapon with a value of 3 right here, that counts as a two-handed weapon. And basically he has this axe right here that basically says if he rolls dice and it kills that opponent, it's called like whirlwind or something. No, sorry, circular strike. When this character kills an enemy character with a two-handed melee attack, another enemy character in the same area suffers the excess damage from the attack. If that character is killed, repeat the process. So you're basically just like, just like mowing them down. And that's just so cool, dude. Can you imagine having that with the tentacles? You're just getting into a spot with 3 tentacles, and you're just loading this up with dice, and you're just rolling all this, and it just kills that guy. On to the next guy. Kills that guy. On to the next guy. That is really cool. That is really cool. So yeah, that's the game. Does anybody have any questions about anything else? Any thoughts? I am definitely going to do the second scenario. I am going to pick that up. I just don't know when. Like I said, Thursday is Nemesis Lockdown with the Chitrids. Friday is going to be Marvel Champions, Scarlet Witch, and Quicksilver versus, is it Crossbones or... Yeah, Crossbones. Saturday, I'm going to hang out with some buddies. We're going to be playing some Magic. And then I guess the following Tuesday, maybe I'm going to try to do another playthrough. But the idea was, my thought process was, I'm going to try to start doing polls for everybody to vote. So we'll see how much that goes, because also if I'm putting out polls and it's like kind of the same games all the time, as much as that's cool, I don't want to do that every time. So like, if I do want to get back to like a campaign for Conan, maybe I'll do it like the following Thursday. Maybe I'll let people vote one of the days, something like that. So like Tuesday or something, everybody could vote on which game they wanted to see. And then maybe Thursday I do something else. And then if I do the Friday thing probably isn't always going to be guaranteed. Sometimes it might just be like 2 games a week, depending on like the schedule. You know what I mean? But yeah. So yeah, guys, I guess if there's nothing else, that's gonna be the stream. I will eventually have scenario 2. I am definitely gonna have scenario 2. Again, I was half tempted to do it tonight, but I think with it being 10, we'll just kind of save that for maybe another night. I'll just have like a semi earlier night tonight for this Tuesday playthrough. So yeah, I do want to thank you guys for watching. As always, it's nice chilling watching you play something. Thank you, dude. I do really appreciate that. I'm trying to be more consistent and regular with the playthroughs, and I think it's been working out so far. It has definitely been working out. Again, it might have to switch to 9 just because of my kid with the, I was mentioning at the beginning. My oldest daughter just switched to like a bigger bed. We just got her out of a crib, but she's like, when we close the door, she like gets right up out of the bed and she's running around with my other youngest daughter, and they're just like, my other youngest daughter is still in the crib, so she's like just going up to them and they're just like talking back and forth, and it's like she's just not getting to bed like as soon as we would like her to. So it might have to switch to 9 just to try to help out my wife a little bit, like, you know, get her to stay down until she goes to bed. So it might have to be 9. I still have to talk to my wife a little bit about it. Tomorrow we don't have a playthrough. So if that is the case and she's still just like running around like a mad woman, I think I'm just probably going to have to change it up to 9 p.m. So, but I mean, I'll still get 2 of the playthroughs. So, but I'm definitely trying to be more consistent. I think it's been awesome. You guys have been like, especially you, Jason. I know you, a Cosmonaut, other people, EM. You guys have been there pretty much all the time, and you don't need to be. Don't think, if you guys got other stuff to do, that's cool, man. I'm just gonna be, if nobody joins even, then it's just a recorded playthrough, and it's just something that other people can watch. I don't think there's too much, like, especially of the solo campaign content out there for Conan. Most of the Conan playthroughs you see are just the core box first scenario. That's probably 80% of the playthroughs you see out there. There are some other ones, but I haven't seen the campaign. It might be out there. I just haven't seen it. So, but yeah, it's just been a blast. It's just been a blast hopping on. And again, if nobody joined, that's okay, man. I'm just playing games. I want to play the games, and again, it's recorded. Gets uploaded to YouTube so other people can enjoy it afterwards. And that's what it's all about, man. Just having a good time. So yeah, that is, I guess that's going to be the stream. Do want to thank you guys for watching. Seriously, it's been awesome. Great battle. If you guys are just tuning in now, I do suggest you kind of watch the battle. It was a lot of fun. It got a little sketchy there at one point, but I was able to pull it back. Had some luck in my favor with the dice rolls. So it kind of worked out. I had 2 remaining heroes left, so that was pretty cool. Hydrathas did unfortunately perish, but I'm trying to decide if I should just bring him back, because that's the rules. If you at least win the scenario and there's at least 1 hero, you can replay all the same heroes for the next scenario. So yeah, take care, mate. Thank you, Jason. Really appreciate it. Thank you all to you guys. To all of you guys, as always, thank you for watching. Thank you for showing the support. It truly means a lot. So again, Thursday, Nemesis Lockdown, going to be with the Chytrids expansion. It's like the plant overgrowth, and I'm going to be playing 2-handed. So that should be interesting. It's going to be my first time playing 2-handed and first time playing with the Chytrids expansion. So I don't think I can lose any worse than the last playthrough. So I'm going to try to redeem myself a little bit. So yeah, that's going to be the stream. Again, thank you guys for watching. Until next time, grab some brews, play some games. I'll catch you on the next one. All right, take care.